Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, dude? What's up, Austin? What's up, baby? How you doing? Yo, what up, Nathan? How you doing, my dude? John, what's up? Peters, sup? Yo, Jane, what's up? RWK, how you doing, man? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about what happened today. Gonna wait for some peeps to come in. Just doing some Q&A. If you guys can go right ahead, man, I'm gonna start right up. I'll be here. Freeze, what's up, my dude? What's up, man? Yo. Chilling it out today, man. We're chilling it out. Got some interesting stuff to show you guys. We weren't able to be on live too long today, unfortunately, but I still got some stuff to show you guys, so it'll be fun. Amy over here, looking all ready to pop and go. Freaking that Adam Aaron tweet, man. Did you guys see that after hours? We had some volume, which was nice. Cameron, how you doing? Harry Parrott, my dude. You gonna? What's up, dude? Chris, my dude. Scotty. DR no, yo. Alright, let's look at Amy right intraday today and see what's up. And I am going to go over the cycle as well, okay? Okay. 30-minute up in this. There we go. Inverse. You guys see that? We're playing out inverse now. This is a good sign. Okay, we did finish up the entire blue pattern. Is finishing up tomorrow. But right now, we track this entire thing. Okay, for those of you that weren't here earlier, this entire thing is tracked inverse, okay? So that's what we got right now for the blue pattern, which is good. We also are starting to turn right around this range, which makes a lot of sense, okay? Back here, the same thing happened. We had the tables turn. So one thing you guys have to know with the cycle is the reason why the blue pattern is important is because the amount of dark pool volume that typically occurs around this time is very high, meaning that these patterns tend to look very similar to each other, right? But sometimes, okay, when you have that volume, that unexpected volume coming in, that yellow portion that we always highlight, that's like considered noise in the cycle, you're gonna have really weird looking patterns, but the direction is still inverse, right? You guys see the direction is still inverse to what's happening in the cycle, and that's what's most important, man. We are gonna get a lot of noise on the upside because the algorithm can't suppress this volume when it starts coming in, so it's going to look very weird, very different. And that's something that we just have to be prepared for, okay? This part playing out inverse is not guaranteed to play out identical at all, because if we have heavy volume coming in from FOMO and other institutions that are not behind this whole manipulation thing, then obviously the candles are going to look different and the algorithm's going to try and suppress that, right, as it's coming up. So this is why you see this like perfect version of the pattern playing out when there's not FOMO, when there's not retail coming in, when everything is being traded on an algorithm computer, right? So that's just something to note, okay? And that's why some patterns don't look to a T identical. And you tend to see that a lot towards the end, okay? These are identical right here, inverse identical. And that's just something to be prepared for, guys, because we are around this range right now. So if the algorithm decides to start playing out inverse, that means we're going to get a pop and we're going to start climbing up. So just wanted to put that out there. The algo's in control. There's a song. I'm working on a song right now currently, man. It's called well, I don't know what I'm calling it yet, but it's about the manipulation happening and who's behind this whole thing, controlling the price action of AMC. You got your little like puppet hands controlling like the chart. It's pretty cool. So post that soon at some point for sure. All right, let's see. Yeah, right, Nathan. This guy, Nathan Knuckles Sandwich. Get used to robots controlling our lives, I guess. Yeah, man. That straight up simulation for sure. Was it smart to have earnings before transparency? I honestly, man, like I think the whole earnings thing is put in place on purpose. Like the date is picked on purpose. I think a company sometimes has no control over when they release certain things, again, because the way things are set up here with this cycle and how things are occurring on a cyclical basis, everything has to be happening at a specific point. And there's so many people in on this, man. I'm telling you, it's not just like, you know, you got your retail that is trying to unfold this like nastiness that's happening, but the reality is that so many people already know what's happening behind the doors. It's just not something that the media is pushing. And they're probably never going to push it, honestly, because if you do, then it does. I mean, what do you think would happen in that case, right? If everybody knew that there was manipulation happening in the market, what do you think would happen in the market? Well, massive sell-off, right? So those are just things we're not going to see happening. Just, it's fucking sad, but there's only so much we can do. I mean, the movement here is definitely trying to change what's happening, you know, in the markets, but until they fucking actually do something about it, man, I mean, we're just sitting here waiting for that shit, you know? Milo, thank you so much, man, for that. What up, T? Are we still following the trend fractal that we recognize? Thanks for everything, brother. Sorry if you just no, dude, I don't mind answering things, guys. If you want to ask me whatever it is, I'm gonna repeat myself, and I say that over and over and over again, just because again, I know people are coming in, coming out, completely normal. But yeah, no, dude, we are following the blue pattern right now. We did track it identical, okay, right here. You can see that. And right now we're actually tracking inverse, okay? So this portion back here is actually tracking inverse. So these are highlighted in red. And I was telling chat, man, that this is something that I've been considering here as far as where the direction is going to take us in the end. If we get a push above this $18 level soon, okay? Coming into this range, this spike downward here, if we come up, this to me is going to be that confirmation that the tables have turned and we're ready to go to the upside. Because the algorithm likes to pick in between these time frames, these option expiration dates. It likes to just switch it around to make this next phase, this cup and handle phase that we want to be in. So whatever it has in store, man, it'll do that for sure. But the next setup, if we don't complete this cup and handle, would be a double bottom. And if they were able to take us down tomorrow and then flip the algorithm, they would do that too, man. But I don't see that being a likely case because the SPY just reversed like crazy today, man. Like, that was a huge spike. Came back down towards the end of the day, but I'm still short-term bullish, well, long-term bullish on the SPY, man. And yeah, dude, we'll see how it goes. But next couple of days, man, very crucial for AMC for sure. Fucking David. Of course, my dude. Dave, fucking spreading lies and shit. Me and him were playing Warzone with Rico, and he fucking sucks, just so you guys know. He's terrible. He's got the worst, what do they call it, ED ratio? Why do they call it ED ratio now? We gotta go live for sure and do this shit. All right, let's see. Yo, guys, welcome to my channel. What up, guys? I fucking love you, bruh. He doesn't suck, guys. I'm only playing. He's pretty good. But I disagree. I think we all carried the team. I thought we were all pretty decent. All right. Tickles, what's up, man? Do I think earnings would cause a squeeze? No, I don't. I mean, you're not going to see, for example, you're not going to see something like this, okay? I really don't think that that is a likely scenario ever. I think the only way that would happen, man, is if Composite Dave was controlling the price action and just, you know, press of a button, release all the shares, no fucks given, which would be a terrible idea, right? It would be, why would that benefit the institutions or the short sellers? Wouldn't. If you're gonna play with retail longs and shorts, you're gonna be slow about it. You're gonna have a plan, a psychological plan, right? To make everybody second guess themselves, sell along the way, to dry as many people as you can, make as much money along the way, and then once the technical setup is ready, you're going to release the shares, right? Because if it goes up in a straight line, think about how many people are going to, all the media and shit, like they're gonna go after these guys. The government's gonna go after these guys because it's clear that there's manipulation, right? So if you're one of these institutions, you want to avoid any eyes on you. And you're gonna do that very discreetly, right? So back here, when we broke out of this resistance, right? That was a good technical setup. We broke out, made the little projector pattern, and then went up. Okay? That's why I believe we need a projector. We need a projector. We need to come up slowly, make our little projector pattern, and then come down, and then boom. And that would be the technical setup that we're looking for. I think if earnings are good and they decide to actually go long, you know, play this reverse psychology game, then I think that would take us to a good level, like the $30 level. but I don't think that we are going to squeeze or anything on the first. What are the strengths, Ben Willie? What are the strengths of looking at very complex things such as fractals or cycles? I feel like it just makes you vulnerable to confirmation bias. I mean, that's the thing, man. Like none of this, no like trading strategy or TA or anything. Everything is going to be a bias, man, from whoever is putting it out there, and that's why it's very important to not take like seriously. And it's cliche when people say this, but like to take everything with a grain of salt. It's true, because I can't predict that the squeeze. I can't predict what's going to happen. No one can except these institutions, right? The only thing you can do is figure out what the fuck is happening. And if I see, okay, the thing about these fractals and the cycle, like from my perspective, is that I see a frequency in the way that they occur, right? I see a trend going on, and I happen to believe that there is something going on behind the door, because, bro, if there's something happening, reoccurring, repeating itself every 2 months, every 3 months, that doesn't seem to me like some dude on TikTok was like, dude, that's just price, what did he call it? He called it like a price valuation or some shit. Yeah, he called it price valuation, not manipulation. I was like, what do you mean? Like, bro, if there's something happening over and over and over and over again, and it's clear that it's happening, you find these frequencies in the way that these turn upward or downward, inverse, identical, then you're gonna start to question whether things are manipulated or not. I don't think they just occur that way, especially with a stock like AMC, man, because I mean we know so much about AMC. There's so much information that we know, yet we don't, right? And it's just I think it's completely fair to try and figure out what the fuck is happening. And if cycles are going to help us out, man, well, so be it. They've been helping us out. They've been helping me out for sure, and I've been less risky in my investments for sure. This is very helpful to me, and I hope it's helpful to you guys, man. But there's definitely something going on, in my opinion, and yeah, it is going to be confirmation bias at the end, no matter what. With every fucking YouTuber, with anybody doing TA, it's always going to be that. And that's, again, you guys put your own bias on this shit and figure it out, but that at the end, that's ultimately your decision and something you have to just go through with, right? For sure. Was there a huge buy order or something right now? Did I miss it? Well, I'm not on the minute. Let's go on the minute chart here so we can figure it out. You mean back here? This range? I know back here there was that was when Adam Aaron tweeted, but right now I don't see any big volume. It's just trading sideways. A little update here on the Fourier transform as well. For those of you that are unaware of what this thing does, it takes a sequence, or what they call a signal in sound engineering, analyzes the signal, and then it dissects it. Basically, it will layer individual frequencies found within this huge sequence, and it'll layer them basically separately and try and find cycles within those frequencies that keep happening, right? That keep happening over and over and over again. So this is a good way, a good tool that actually confirmed the cycle because right here, okay, on this frequency that we have here, which is on the 2-hour chart is going to be, I think it's the 1024 bars, which is, let's see how many days that is on this one. Well, if it loads, the thing about this indicator is that it's so large. It scans so much information that it takes forever, man, for this thing to load. Okay, there we go. I don't think this one was it. Where is it? This one? All right, let's go here. Let's do the 4-hour. I think it might work. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so bars pattern 512, which is 187 days. Okay, so that's this entire thing right here, and that'll be 3 months. Okay, or not 3 months. I'm sorry. This is 6 months of cycles here, and it basically, you can do it on any frequency, but right now I'm using this one. It will show you, okay, when it finds these signals. You see this downward pressure right here? It's just this entire pattern back here just flipped. Okay, so this, which is a cycle, is just flipped upside down here, right here in this range. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's right there. Okay, and again, what this is doing is basically taking this cycle period of 512 and analyzing this entire chart and seeing if there's any signals that look similar in the way that the patterns repeat themselves. And if there's any sort of signal that's strong, it will highlight it and basically tell you how accurate it is. But with this, you find some very, very accurate ones. And this one is just saying, again, with the cycle, you bring it back here, that this is where they took this entire run and basically shorted it the exact same way, inverse, down here. And this is why you see things happening, okay, in the cycle that are face down and playing upward. So inverse back here, same back here, and just all over the place, man. But this is a good way to prove that things are happening in a cycle. Izzy, what's up, baby? What's up, my dude? My guy, Izzy. It's one of my best buds, man, from back home. Love, keep going, dude. Chat me up, man. We gotta play some Warzone. I love that guy. Love you, brah. You had a dream this a couple days ago, and the cycles are floating around so colorful. Really? Yeah, man. I mean, I try and keep it, you know, nice and pretty. You know, nice and pretty for sure. You know, because the thing about the cycle, man, is really these like sections that are happening, like green, blue, and red. They don't have like so much meaning to them. This pattern could be entirely blue or green or whatever. It's just a good way to separate what's happening, I guess, in between, right? You got your upcoming your upward pressure stage, right? Downward pressure, and then it's just kind of like the blue pattern, you know, where things are heavily being traded in the dark pool. So, yeah, man, glad you had some dreams, some colorful dreams. Yo, Lynn. What did I miss? I'll be going over this, man, for a little bit, so I'll be here. I'll be here for sure. Yeah, Chris, you're spot on with that, man. Yeah, there can't be coordination on buys or anything. I would get in so much trouble for that. I don't know how Lou didn't get in trouble for that one Friday where he was like, I don't know what was going on behind that, but dude, that was definitely some sort of like, or I don't know, he might have worded it a little bit differently, saying that he was going to go in on it or something, and you know, that just automatically tends to influence a community, of course, right? If somebody you watch is buying stuff, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that hop on that too, you know? Izzy, let's do it, man, for sure. Let's do it. Appreciate you, man. Let's do it. Okay, do I see any more downside? There's a possibility of more downside, but I don't see it. I don't see more downside. I know that it's according to the regression trend here that I have laid out. We do have a lot of, so I don't know if you guys remember this little pattern here that I showed you guys earlier, but I was here on live stream earlier, and I took this again, and we are currently following this inverse. Okay, so what's happening here, the only way we're able to come down here to like the $10 level, man, is if we do play this entire sequence the same, and we are following it right now the same, but I feel like they're gonna flip the algorithm right here. These are two different regression trends as well. This one's a larger one, and we came into a smaller one down here, right as soon as we started this cycle. Where is it? Okay, yeah, right here. So remember when we broke out of that flag, right into that regression trend right here. That was the end, basically. This red arrow was the end of this larger regression trend going into the smaller one. So I feel like things are going to play out differently here, but you can see like how similar this looks. And guys, this is not just, I don't think this is a coincidence, just because if this is happening, okay, over and over again, every 3 months, just in the way things look, again, not to a T, man. Remember, right here, there's a lot of noise when there's volume coming in, so things aren't going to look identical. A lot of people get a little skeptical, and they're like, dude, that doesn't look the same. I'm like, the direction, just the way this pattern is playing out, definitely looks like something is going on, right? And again, these are exactly 2 months apart, and these in between blue and red are exactly 2 months apart. The other ones are 3 months apart. So I don't think, you know, this is just chance, right? If I put this anywhere, okay, like if I put it right here, you know, that clearly doesn't make any sense, right? So I feel like it all comes down to earnings, man. If things end up playing inverse, I think we're headed to the right direction, which would be around this $30 level right up here, okay, to touch this resistance on this macro regression, bounce off, and start going up. And that's ultimately going to be the setup that we're looking for, right? That cup and handle. And yeah, man, we go from there for sure. I mean, and that's the thing, man, like, they have room. They have room to take it down to 11, 10. I don't think they have room to take it down to single digits, for sure. But they definitely have a little bit of room to take it down here if the cycle keeps on tracking, you know, identical. So that's the only thing I'm watching for, man, is going to be the next couple of days. Because this is right here, man. This major candle right here on the 24th is all that I'm watching right now. And once that plays out, okay, inverse or identical, that is going to give me a better conviction just on what is going to happen in the near future. And again, guys, that doesn't change anything in the long term, okay? If we come down here and play this thing out, you know, come back to 10, it's gonna get ugly for these hedge funds, okay? There is only so much you can do with the price action before it starts to get really attractive to retail. And I'm telling you, once they get it down there, everybody's gonna be like, single digits, fuck, like $10, 11. If they break it down, it's gonna be worse, man. It's gonna be worse. So it's only a matter of time, guys. I think there's another one here. I'm gonna show you one more that will make a little bit more sense. But this, I'm gonna pull it up here on the. Okay, so it's. I don't know if it was New Perspective or if it was. I was looking at DWalk. So we can look at this one, and then we can also look at AMC 30. It's the one we're gonna look at. It's the one that's gonna make the most sense. Okay, so this, you guys see this regression trend, right? How things are playing out. So right here is where we're currently at, this entire thing, okay? I have to adjust this just a tad bit because we did just come down a little bit. So it's right there. Sometimes this just creates a better picture for what can and can't happen with Amy. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. Okay, 18th. There it is. I don't know why this is all the way over here. There you go. Quadruple witching right here. And if you have this much to work with, okay, you have this tiny spot that you can work with. Or, right, if we start breaking down, then you have the maximum, in my opinion, and this is being realistic, but the most you can bring this down would probably be around the $10 level. I don't see how they can take us down any more than that, okay? But I'm gonna be a little realistic here in the way things are playing out. So I'm gonna say the most they can come down is, you know what? I'm gonna go extreme here. I'm gonna say 9, okay? I'm gonna go a little extreme. If we say 9, right? Then all you got to do is put it into this perspective here, right? You extend this line because this is the most dangerous line right here. I'm gonna highlight this red. It's dangerous because once you cross this major resistance line coming, like trend line coming from the run up, right? These multiple resistance spots. Once you cross that, this thing is going to go, and it's going to go fast. So right here, you have about 3 weeks to work with if we stay on this uptrend, right? You have about 3 weeks, which means naturally the price goes all the way up to 25, possibly 30, right? With those volatile spikes. But if we cross down, then you have this to work with right here. And this runs all the way to May. So if you want to narrow all the way down into May here, and this is $9, guys, I'm pushing it for single digits, then we have till May to spike up, okay? Because I'm telling you, once you cross this, it's a heavy move to the upside. So it's all a matter of like closing off these time frames. Is just a better way to look at it, right? Because some people get upset, you know, when we cross down, they're like, oh, this is over, like, you know, we're done. But then we have this trend line that we're nearing, right? Because this is basically giving AMC, it's a time ticking bomb. It really is what it is. Once you start getting close to this resistance line, it gets really dangerous. So this is what I'm looking at, man. And if we continue to go up, okay, then this is what they're working with. Okay, a more realistic scenario here. I'm going to give you a more realistic one. But let's say that, I don't know, let's do 12, okay? If they bring us down to 12, then now you got mid-May, okay? And you would have to narrow down all the way down here, man, to do that. Now, would that look ideal on a technical perspective? Probably not, okay? You have to think about the technicals too. Or else, again, manipulation gets thrown in the gets thrown in the narrative, and that's what they want to avoid. So they're trying to make this look like a technical play, right? The flag we broke down, this wedge we broke out of, now a cup and handle. If you keep playing out these technicals in some form of way, you're going to avoid any eyes on you because people are going to look at this as normal price action. But yeah, man, pretty crazy stuff for sure. All right, I was playing some jazzy music. Diane, what's up? The Saint, what up, dude? Trust me, bro. What's up? Nana Ape, how you doing? Welcome. That's what I'm saying, man. Could you imagine how many people would come in and buy in at that $10, $9 range? Honestly, man, if like you have a community that is very loyal to AMC's price, that is willing to go in, right? Meme traders are willing to go hard on these levels for sure, because they're gonna look at single digits, and it's a psychological thing. That's super cheap. Okay, and for a meme trader community, that is dangerous. That's a no-go for a institution that is controlling the price action. So, John, awesome, man. Glad I could do that, man. Rhode Island, you vote for that? Rip 3 weeks, dude. Me too, man. The sooner this thing could be done, man, for sure. It's been a really long time, and I think everybody's looking for that, closure, right? For good. So I'm for it, man. I'm for it too. If it could start playing up to the upside, that'd be nice. Duran White. What's realistic brackets, man? I don't give out, to be honest, dude. I don't give out brackets. I give out more. I give out scenarios is what I give out for in the way the cycle is tracking. Just because brackets it's not something that one could predict really, especially when it comes to the squeeze. The squeeze is not going to be predictable at all, and it's just a waiting game, man, for that. Like, and where realistically you're willing to give up your shares and what you're trying to do, that's more of a self-conviction type of deal, because the reality is that no one knows. And for me to give out a bracket like of what I think is going to happen is I'm just asking for trouble at that point, because then people they will hold you to that, man, and they'll be like, oh, you said it was going to like 100 million or some shit, and I'm like, no, I never said that. I mean, the only thing I'm going to tell you is that again, not financial advice, but one should be careful with, how they want to, where they want to sell and how they're doing this. Like, if they're really thinking about this from a like holding to a million type of deal, I personally wouldn't agree with that, just because I think the government will step in at some point to protect the markets. It doesn't matter. They're not gonna give a fuck, dude. If you have 1,000 shares or 100,000 shares, whatever. It's the government will step in at some point, and I mean, just being realistic, man. I think it's okay for, like, if the price goes above like $2,000, man, or $1,000 or something, that's like life-changing money for so many people, and that's a very realistic target in the short term when we have if we have a leg up, or if it's a squeeze. Definitely going above that is something that is realistic, but I'm not going to tell you where, because this thing could go to like $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna get there. I'm just gonna shut up, because again, I'm not about that. But if you guys are new to the channel, like, here we like, it's like the risk tolerance is fair, okay? Nothing crazy. And I like to look at things from a more like realistic perspective when it comes to the cycle. If I do give out scenarios and stuff, they're gonna be realistic based off if it's bearish, neutral, or bullish. And I posted every single week, but they're made their own way, not to look similar to each other at all, based off of the cycle and the option expiration dates and everything that goes with it, for sure. Am I bullish? Yes, of course. I'm bullish. My conviction has not changed at all as far as what I think is going to happen with AMC going up. I am bullish. Yes, I am bullish. That's like saying, are you breathing? I mean, I don't know, some people like will tell you, man, that they're bearish. There are some YouTubers that go that route for sure. But personally, I would tell you, if my conviction changes in the short term, that doesn't mean I'm bearish. I'm bullish long term for sure. For sure, 1,000%. Okay, so let's look at, just real quick, let's look at what we got going on for the rest of the week as far as this price action, okay? And I'm gonna look at some levels here so we can understand the cycle a little bit. So I'm gonna draw, obviously, like your traditional little support and resistance, okay? This guy right here, it's going all the way down to 10 bucks. Because if it decides to bounce at some point, it will do that down here on the trend line coming down from this wedge. We also have this, okay, and this is what we broke out of. This is the wedge that we broke out of. So these two are basically lines that we can forget about right now, because we're not, unless we come down tomorrow and we play this out identical, right, we would bounce right over here. But I want to look at these, okay? Because this is what we respected today, okay? And this is, here, I'm going to take these out. This is what I'm looking for tomorrow, okay? I'm looking for a bounce with the SPY, okay? The market sentiment is good right now. So I'm looking for the SPY to start to go up again, because the SPY has been down for a little bit, and it's in a double bottom setup, which means that if it starts going up and we see like 440 tomorrow, then that's obviously AMC is going to react through that. Okay, we got earnings very shortly as well, so that's only going to help it go up as well. So if we keep respecting this, if we bounce back tomorrow, I'm looking to cross these ranges, okay? Because the ratio, guys, when we look at these patterns, the ratio is always the same, but you have to look at the height, okay? The height is going to look a little bit differently as far as how things play out. You know, down here you have this like pretty big move, right? But we're dealing with different price actions, so you're not going to see things always play out that way at all. Here we have a similar ratio playing out here in the blue pattern. Okay, this whole thing here, it's a similar ratio, but it's not the same. It's not exactly the same, but it is very similar. Okay, so tomorrow's Wednesday. So if the SPY rallies tomorrow, man, I would say we would start to play out this entire sequence down here. Oh shit, okay. This right here, inverse. So we would probably get a little V reversal, man, if we start to look bullish here before going up right here. And if you look at that from the macro back here, oh shit, okay, there we go. You're starting to play out this sort of cup and handle, right? That is going to look like this, ultimately. So it's not going to be, cup and handles aren't meant to be pretty, man. It's just, again, with cup and handles, you're following a very symmetrical sort of like, right, that cup. Very symmetrical in the way that it plays out, and then you have your little handle, okay? So as long as we respect that, man, and right now, like, I know things don't look the prettiest, but as long as we respect the zone and we don't cross it, I think we're in good territory. If we do cross it, then I'm looking at a double bottom setup, which would be around down here, and that would be the $14 range. Okay, so we're not going near the $10 range, but be a quick double bottom setup, kind of like what the SPY did today, okay? The SPY went down very close to its previous low on that double bottom, and it just bounced. Did like a V reversal on intraday. Yeah, man, I do have a Twitter. If you guys click the link below, it takes you everywhere. I have a TikTok, Twitter, Discord. I mean, you guys can join all that stuff. It's I post scenarios every week. I just posted one yesterday, and it has a bearish, bullish, and neutral scenario based off of the cycle completely. And it's all for you guys, man. All for you guys. OnlyFans, you already know. It's down there too. You can tip whatever you want. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in and chilling, man. You guys are dope. Seem to have a really nice crowd. Whoops. I accidentally just made you a moderator, dude. Like, that was a complete accident. I was like trying to scroll the screen, but I mean, I guess you're a moderator now, bro. If that's cool with you. I mean, are you chill, bro? Are you chill? All right, thanks, man. I don't even know how I did that. It was so quick. So why will it move so fast if it crosses the resistance line? It's gonna do that because, well, here, there's a better way to show you guys this, and I think it'll make a lot more sense. So I'm gonna pull it up anyways, just because I think it'll look a little bit better. So I'm gonna leave that right there, and we're gonna come back to this real quick so we can show you. Whoops. There we go. So you're down here, we're in space now, and now I have to bring everything in here. There we go. Okay, so this will make more sense in my opinion, because if you look at it from like a 3D perspective, you kind of start to see what I'm talking about here. If you're riding a I don't know, let's see, you're riding a track or something, you're running around in circles, and right, as you're bouncing through space, there's only so much you can do as far as how your feet go above the actually, that's a terrible analogy. What am I even fucking doing? Okay, look, this is the only thing you have to look at. You have to look at this right here. Okay, see how we're nearing this spot? The trend line is being respected. Unless a support trend line is broken, then that means, right, that means that there is still room to go downside for this thing to keep going, right, until it can't anymore. And that was the whole thing that I showed you a little bit earlier down here on the $10 level. If we come back here to January, the same thing happened. And obviously the charts are different. I'm just trying to show you the support and resistance and how we broke out of those, right? So here you can clearly see that we were following these trends very, very nicely, these levels, and we narrowed down this much before going up. Once you get in this level, it becomes really dangerous because it's like a spring, right? Like when you spring a spring so much and it's sprung in, it'll just, well, it'll sprung, right? It'll just pop, man. And that's the whole thing. You have this little spring, and we're tightening it up so much that it's just ready to go and pop. And that's how charts work too. And the reason they work that way is because of divergence, okay? As you are coming down on this wedge or on this downtrend and the volume starts to decrease, well, once you start to get close to these levels and it starts to increase, that becomes very attractive to traders. They like to go in on low volume stuff when it's closing up on these support and resistance lines that basically make up this breaking wedge in the end, is what it is. And at that point, it becomes a strong move to the upside because, I mean, you saw it right here. We broke out and we fucking went to 77. So that's something that can happen down here, except the price range is a little bit differently. So if we broke out sooner and we floated up here for a little bit, then it's ready to go. Like, it's ready to go on that next leg up or the squeeze, right? Ultimately the squeeze. It's just a different way to look at it, but definitely a fun way to look at it for sure. I don't know. All right, let's go. Oh, shit. Yeah. Whoa, what happened to me? There we go. Yeah, I can pull it up, man. I don't mind either, guys. Whenever I give scenarios, like, they're clearly put in place to have a possibility of something happen with the likelihood of it not, because that's how this works, guys. There's no reason things are going to play out, and that's why I'm very, very skeptical about giving like dates or anything about when something is going to happen. Like, dude, there are people that will literally like swear to you that something's going to happen, and that's just, I mean, in my opinion, that's wrong. You can't do that. And that's why I give out scenarios, man, because like they're likely to not play out as much as they are likely to play out too. So it's, again, using the cycle analysis here. But right now we had this cup and handle formation, and we did break out of this down here. So let me pull it up if I can see where it is. Right here. So this is what I had. And this was using this trend down here, playing out inverse. So this sequence right here, this little blue pattern, would have actually played up to the upside and broken out and basically touched this resistance line right here to go up. This was one of them, and this was like more of a Wyckoff perspective here, because this would be considered like your spring down here, and this would be the LPS, SOS, and then boom, right? So the other one was similar, but it kind of ignored this run up just because earnings hadn't been released. They were originally going to be released the 9th. That's how I made the scenario, but now we have them coming up the 1st. So You kind of have to look at things differently when these catalysts come out, because they do shift in the way that these could play out in the end, right? Because again, these are made, guys, with option expiration dates and the cycle, but I also take into account and consider the all the catalysts that come in, because sometimes they do affect the price. This is playing out inverse right now. So if I flip this, see that? It's doing that. And that is this portion right here. Doesn't mean that things can't play out identical back here. It's just I was being very conservative with how AMC is moving to the upside, which has me thinking that there is a possibility that we're going to get a volatile spike in the near term, especially if things play out inverse. So like you saw back here, okay, we're currently right here in the cycle. This is where we're currently at. This is a volatile spike right here, the 24th of August. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was crazy. We're nearing that spot, and that's a liquidity zone for these institutions, meaning that if we do come back down here and test this resistance on this regression, or support on this regression, there's a possibility we do have a volatile move to the upside. And at that point, that just kind of defies this whole like conservative approach on how technicals play out with Amy, right? Oh shit. Okay, we'll leave that there. But yeah, anyways, that's one of those. That would have been that cup and handle. The other one looks a little bit differently. The other cup and handle looks a little differently. But Nana, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Smash the like. Yeah, smash the like if you like this stream. If you like this stream, if you like Amy, smash it. All right, let's see. Come back in here. Let me answer more questions. So we can float around the resistance line. We can. We definitely can. It's possible to trade a little bit sideways, but it's more likely than not, because we have earnings coming up, and there's typically, so back here, man, this was earnings back here, okay? Earnings, and then we went up and we spiked up, right? There's right now we have this fractal as well. This one is a 1 to 4, guys. For those of you that aren't familiar with how we convert fractals, we do it on a timely manner because in timely manner. We do it using the conversion tools back here. So let me pull up AMC. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for a second. So we have these down here. These are monthly, and I'm gonna take these vertical lines out for a sec because they're in the way. So these are monthly half circles. So these are cycles. And these all start May 13th, okay? They're all going to be, these are following basically what's happening here in the 2-month cycle. So if I zoom in, you can see that it ends right here, 2 months. So we're going to do 2 months, and we're going to do 2 weeks as well. This is 2 weeks. So what we do is we take this big pattern right here, okay? All right, bear with me. From the 2 week, starting this mark right here, that's 2 weeks. Oh shit. That's 2 weeks right here, and we're gonna do, yeah, we're just gonna do 2 weeks so we can make this easy. So the way we convert this is, for it to be like applicable anywhere else, you have to think about it this way. What is a fractal? Why does it make sense on the micro or the macro? The only reason these make sense is the same reason the cycle makes sense, is because in the end, what are you trying to do with the price? You're trying to create technicals. You're trying to create basically fake human emotion like portrayed through a chart, right? So they work the same way on the micro than they do on the macro. So back here, you have a cup, right? This would be considered, I would maybe consider this like a little cup and handle. This is a micro cup and handle. If we convert this and multiply it times 4, just like options are, it's cyclical, right? And they're based off of time. We have to convert these fractals, because if you're trying to manipulate the price action through larger time frames, then you're going to have a different technical setup on the long term, right? When we came up, we're dealing with different price actions, so this is going to look different than what's happening back here. So if we convert this guy, okay, this is multiplied times 4. This is 2 months of a fractal taken from here. This one looked very similar to what happened back here, okay? Except the fractal gave up. It's 2 months right here. It gave up right here. This is where it played out inverse. So now, instead of following this portion right here is, well, I'm not gonna say that it's playing out inverse yet, because there's still a possibility that things flip around and we just, we spike very, very soon on these earnings. So I'm not giving up on that possibility just yet if we play out something like that. But that is just an example of how fractals work. Here's another one, okay? This one's gonna blow your mind. This right here, okay, we'll multiply it again times 4. And where do you think this one's found? Back here. See? That little guy right here is this guy right here, this giant dude. And these are valid using this because, again, down here they were trying to play around with the price and the technicals looking this way on the 2-week mark, but over here it's a 2-month mark, so it's different. You multiply this fractal times 4 because they were trying to create a larger flag. Ultimately, what was this giant flag right here, okay? That's what they were trying to create with that technical setup, and they did it that way. So that's why we need to convert fractals, guys, and not just, take them and stretch them a little bit every single day and see if things play out and they look. I mean, some people get it spot on, and that's fine, but I think it's better to use this tool for sure. Desi, what am I using? So I'm using OBS for this. Oh, whoops. I'm using OBS and TradingView. TradingView is the platform I use for charting. I have a crazy setup for sure. I look at charts a little weird. I'm sorry if it's not your traditional way of looking at, bar patterns and stuff. Bar patterns just piss me off, honestly. But I still look at them intraday, okay? So intraday, we look at bar patterns because I think this is where they're a little bit more important, right? If you're trying to see like what's happening intraday. But once the chart is set and things are closed, I think looking at the at a line graph just gives a better perspective to me. And if it's the daily, okay, yeah, we'll use bar patterns, okay? Candles. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Do I truly believe? I mean, that's a very specific question. Nothing is truly believed here. I promise you that, man. Like I'm looking at the cycle, and there's heavy volume right here on this range, and this happens to be, or not right here. I'm sorry, right here. This range right here, this entire thing. If we're moving up to the upside, not only taken from the cycle here, but once things play out inverse, man, and remember, the algorithm will not be able to inflict all this volume coming in and stop it. Once it goes through that little projector, remember, it does the same thing just every single day. But earnings is one of those that we have to watch out for. So the reason I say this is because, look, whatever happens here on the 24th, if it's a crazy move to the upside or downside or whatever, it's going to give us a better picture as to what is going to happen on earnings. Just because here we do believe, like, or I believe myself that things again are happening on a cycle, and they're kind of pre-planned to go down, and there's very little influence on the volume that's coming in, because, well, things are being traded on in the dark pool, right, the majority of the time. So that itself just screams manipulation, because, well, if they're controlling all the shares that are coming in, and we have very little influence, well, that there is a limit to that. There's a threshold, and once we exceed that threshold, the algorithm can't stop this volume anymore, and it breaks. And that is how you had that run. But they will always be ready, man. The institutions controlling the price action will always be ready for that moment, and they're gonna go long, right? Because they're trying to bleed these shorts dry. The ones that got over leveraged, they're trying to bleed them dry and take all their money and take it for themselves, basically, right? They're the big narcissists here in play. Okay, let's see. Okay. What do I think about Adam Aron's tweet, man? Look, I said this the other Friday, man. There's a tweet that came out about basically short sellers, and I had told people, I was like, dude, look, there's a history of bullish news on AMC. There's a history of good catalysts coming out, really nice tweets coming out, right? Where you would expect the price to just skyrocket, because AMC is like one of the most known stocks right now in the market. It's just everybody knows what's happening with AMC. And for example, one of the examples I gave was Affirm. They had a tweet, like accidental tweet happen, and it was obviously a bearish tweet because the price just plummeted after it. Why doesn't something like that happen with AMC? Like, where, you know, if you have really bullish news, like, why does the price not move? So I take and this is why I like sort of group these together. Anything that has to do with like catalysts or like major like market sentiment, fear, all that stuff, if it's bullish or not for Amy, I like to pay attention to it more when the technicals are ready, because that's when I believe things are more likely to actually happen to the upside. But when they're not, it's something that these hedge funds just like use to their advantage, like taking all these people's like money on calls, right, on the premiums that they get from like the small spikes that this bullish news does on the short term, right? And then they just short the price down immediately after. I don't know what goes on behind the doors as far as like how they release these catalysts, right? Specifically on these dates where you have heavy volume on the cycle and stuff like that. I don't know what what's going on, man. But for sure, like I'm very skeptical with anything that comes out right now. And I think earnings is the same, man. I think it could go both ways. I think it depends on the put to call ratio. If more people go in, like a lot more people go in on puts because they see history of just shorting on earnings, which has happened every single time, then I think a lot of people might actually go that route and, you know, like kind of maybe start to sell or buy puts on AMC, and then they might flip the algorithm and be like, fuck the shorts now, we're gonna go long. It's possible, but no one knows, man. No one knows. I don't know what they got in store for that. That's why I'm waiting. I'm taking it slow. I'm chilling, waiting for a nice level to kind of go ham, you know, with the price. on shares, on more shares, and then also getting contracts as well. Like when I see that the price is steady and good to go, that's when I start to go in very, very heavily. I just can't stop buying AMC should be a song. Dude, it'd be cool, man, if like, I don't know, it'd be cool if like everybody just came in, made a big ass song, and just like, I don't know, like Rico and Dave, I need you to rap. Get on this shit. Let's rap right now. There's already some songs out too, like some rap songs that they made. Ever since January 25th, when this whole thing went down, right here, I actually got screwed really bad. And this is where it all started for me, because I went in on like 22. And when it went down to 5, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, how? Like, how does it do that in like not even a week? So I started looking at the price on AMC, and I started doing my own little research and stuff before I actually did cycles. But I used to like mess around with fib levels a lot. Fib levels was a really, really good play here on AMC, because they actually used fib levels to bring the price up to 77, which played out nicely because, well, that was for the leg up, okay? Because the leg up, they used a very important resistance to short it there on purpose, because that's when they created these 145s, the premiums, and then they shorted the price down, right? And they made all of those basically expire out of the money, as well as the 70s, the 71, 2, and 3, which were really, really big on the option chain. And that all happened right around this area. This is where they opened them up. And one thing that I always talk about too is, like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the only contracts that were open before that were the $40 ones, okay? And those were open for all these other quadruple witching dates. And what price? Okay, I'm going to bring up the technical setup here because this one's important. This is something that I talk about a lot, okay, when it comes to AMC, okay? But, whoa. Okay, it was in log form. Okay, let's go on the 2 hour. So we were in a flag, right? And we broke up, flag, we broke down. These flags, for those of you that have not been in this channel for a little while, I always talk about the technical setup and how it plays in our favor, right? And then it doesn't. And they do this back and forth on the micro too. But when we came up, the only contracts that were open were the $40 contracts before we ran up, okay? After that, they brought up the 70s, and then they brought the 145s. Look at what price. They kept it. Closing in on these flags, these are option expiration dates, guys, okay? These are major option expiration dates. Look where the price always lands on these expiration dates, okay? $40, $40, $40, and then down here they shorted it on this wedge because they didn't have to hedge anymore. So they took this opportunity. Once we cross this, what we call the projector pattern, which is this green pattern down here, that checks the algorithm, and just to see if it can take the price and basically create and prolong another technical setup, so that the squeeze doesn't happen now, but it happens in the future. And this is how they do it, man. This is how they're hedging their positions, and how some institutions, the big money institutions, the narcissists, right? They're making that money lending out these shares to the short sellers, okay? So, I mean, bro, $40 they kept the price at. Look, $40 right here all the way through. That is hedging right there. Option expiration dates hedging. But yeah, man, so this is the other cup and handle that we had here. I'm going to extend it just a tad bit because This thing is not done yet. Oopsie. There we go. Oh, yeah. Whoops. That cup and handle. As long as we're respecting a good symmetrical level here and we start to get that major push, I think the cup and handle is still in play. If it's not, then it's going to be a double bottom setup would be the next play. I don't know if you guys put these on because my ears are like getting all weird. Okay, let's do this. So something that we looked at, okay, for this wedge, okay, before we came in, a lot of people thought that there was a lot of setups here, okay, and I'm gonna show you how they fuck around with technicals, because dude, technicals are fucked. Okay, there's many setups that we had here. Okay, we had a inverse head and shoulders. Oh shit. And I always talk about this, so I'm gonna keep repeating myself, because for those of you that are new here, man, I want you to know. Okay, let's do red so you can see what the fuck's happening. All right, look, inverse head and shoulders did not play out. We had a spring setup here on the White Coffeeans like to call it, LPS, SOS, let's go. Okay, we also had a double bottom setup, okay? That did not play out. You see how many different technicals you could have done just right here? But then we also had a wedge, and that one is playing out. It's currently playing out, which is good, right? We can turn this guy blue because he's behaving. Okay, so at some point, they will play out, but it's about really holding yourself back from making these, you know, impulsive moves sometimes. I did that mistake back here, you know, going in on at 20. I should have known better. And yeah, you learn, man, the hard way for sure. And I think that's the one thing about AMC that I appreciate, is that it definitely has made, I'm sure all of you as well, like, tougher traders, because this has been a emotional manipulation play that I don't think anybody has experienced with other plays, man. I don't think people have really dealt with the emotional, like, we're gonna call it damage, okay, on AMC. So I think it's good that we're able to look at things from a different perspective once we get to these setups. It's like, well, what is the likelihood that we play out, you know, this cup and handle here? Or what is the likelihood that we play out this double bottom here, right? What is the likelihood that we keep coming back down into this channel and play out, you know, so and so? I think that is the best thing that you can do, and give out as many possibilities as you can, so that you are more, you have a better risk profile, right? On what you do, right? What you end up doing, because ultimately what you're trying to do is make money, and that's what everybody's trying to do, and also trying to say fuck you to the system, right? But seriously, like, it definitely has helped out for sure with that. Whoa, what happened to me? Oh no. All right, guys, I'm sorry. My DSLR just died straight up. I have a cable coming in tomorrow that is supposed to prolong the battery so that it literally goes straight into my computer and it just charges. They don't sell those, dude. DSLRs are like, you need to get a battery that plugs in on the wall, or you can't like, it's 2 hours is what it lasts. Okay, whatever. All right, sorry guys, you can't see me, but we'll continue. All right. So, let's see. Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day is June 1st. Look at that. Okay, well look, see, this is what I would say though. I think also when looking at option expiration dates and how they've done this in the past, I think it would be too predictable, okay? Too predictable for us to is like squeeze on on the last run up. I just think that's a psychological play that a lot of people get kind of fooled with. But things sometimes repeat themselves, but in a different way. Okay, like history does repeat itself in a different way, but it will most of the time it will not be exact, okay, on that mark, because just think about how predictable that would be, right? For somebody to go in on all these options around June 3rd when we came down. So personally, I'm like excluding that specific time frame for making any scenarios. Like I'm not even thinking about June, because I think it's a trap. It's a trap. June is a trap. June is no. Okay, I'm not gonna say that because it could still fucking happen. But still, man, it's just something I'm trying to be careful with. Okay, trying to be careful with that trap. This was supposed to be some like lo-fi jazz, and I still respect the jazz that's playing, but man, dude. Okay. Yee, Foxy, hi, what's up? Tickles, thoughts on utilization being at 100% for a while now, or is the data so corrupt? No, I mean those are indicators that matter. I think they matter in the long term, though. I think that so this is how I look at the market. So I look at the market as a tease, okay, and this happens with every play. I look at this with like indices. I look at this with just stocks in general that are very, very manipulated. Some other stocks I don't throw in that same category, but anything that any catalyst or any sort of indicator that shows up, that's a like data, right? Like fail to deliver data or anything like that. Not specifically like intraday indicators like RSI or anything like that, but like actual data that we get. I take very lightly because it's a way to like basically sugarcoat what's gonna happen in the future, right? So like you release this stuff and I don't know, DOJ releases something about AMC is looking like very like it's just reached a major support level and the squeeze is just getting close. I don't know. They release some shit along those lines, right? What tends to happen is like in the near future, you will have a bunch of people go in on AMC, and then they basically this has been the reason I say this, guys, is because I've seen this like repeating itself with like not only AMC but like also just the market in general with like the SPY and any other indice. Well, they release like news or any catalyst data early on, then flip the algorithm in the short term, but in the long term, it'll play out. And then they'll be like, well, I told you so. I told you that the price was going to go up, so you can't shit on me for it, right? And this doesn't always happen, right? Because some of these companies and media outlets, they will take a hit for it sometimes on purpose. It's a reputation hit. But most of the time, it's, to me, if I see a repetition of these things happening, man, it's crazy. It is crazy. Conan, I love you. I heart you. ZY Vlogs definitely made me look at trading differently. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. If it's helping you, I'm glad, man. That's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to spread. I'm trying to tickle that brain, like tickles. I get that from you, man. Tickle that brain. As like the Buddhist, they like to really throw perspectives, like the most amount of perspectives they'll throw at you to like break you down in your head and just like look at things from every freaking perspective, And then you do whatever, man. You do whatever with that. I mean, it's not always going to help. In fact, sometimes it's going to hurt you, right? But, hey, I'm welcome to it, man. Yeah. No, for sure, man. Take it easy. Stangster. Yeah, man, what's up? Stangster wants a little shouty. Hey. Stangster. This guy. Matt. Doesn't it make sense that we would head back towards 40 by March 18th? It would make sense for us to go up to like the $30 level, possibly. Not something that if the algorithm decides to play out inverse, then I could see $30 being a possibility by that quadruple witching date. Yes. But if not, obviously I don't see that happening. If I start to see things play out identical, then I'm actually looking to bounce off of like 11 or 12 on that regression trend that we were just looking at. So it's gonna matter, man. The next couple of days are very, very important for AMC, and I hope you guys, stick along. We're gonna be covering this every single day. If you guys are not subbed or are not in the Discord, man, I recommend you guys do that. Get a little bit of notifications on that. I do go live. I go live every single day here for a couple hours, and we just kind of update on this. We rally, we have fun, and we throw hella rockets and elephants in the chat for Amy. Toka, hey, what's up? Hi. Toka, Sherling, how you doing? I hope this is not one of those shout me out, and then your username is something weird as fuck, and I'm saying it, and then you later get me for that. This guy said something on live stream that was inappropriate, and it's your freaking username, bro. They did that to Ray William Johnson once. Somebody told him to that was nasty, bro. Whoever, that's some shitty stuff, man. Some shitty stuff. All right, dude, I'm playing that hardcore flute, hey. There we go. Cruising. Matt, thank you, man. Thank you for the sub. You know, as much people as we can get in here that have the same vibe and energy as you guys is the best, okay? Because all we do in this is we just fucking chill. We ride it out. We have a good time. Everybody seems dope. Okay, none of you guys are mean or bogus to anybody else. That's good stuff. That's what we need. Oh. Yeah, Victor, for sure. Solder. Scam. The market, man, for sure. Yeah. Stankster, thanks, man. Anna Ape. Love Amy dancing. Yeah. Me too. Love the dance. Key support level is going to be right here. Okay, so this is just for on a technical perspective. See how we just touched this level? 20 is, yeah, it's a key support level, yes. And not only support, but resistance. Once we come up here, I see us bouncing off of 20 for sure. I would say somewhere around the $21 level, maybe even 22. Gray on white. Hey, yeah. Thank you for being back, man. Welcome back. Hey Andre, if you don't mind, man, like on the Discord, we have a chat. We just post like everybody posts stuff like that. Why don't you post it on there, man? And then so I not always look at everything because I'm a little busy, but whenever I get a chance, dude, I will look at it for sure, man. I appreciate that. Chris, yes, we do. We listen to Greta Van Fleet on when we rally. When we rally hardcore, we listen to Greta. Greta is the way to go. I saw him live back in 2018, I think. Yeah, 2018 in Nashville. Man, those guys are freaking awesome. They're from Frankenmuth, Minnesota. That place, guys, if you ever want to go somewhere for Christmas, go to Frankenmuth. They have like the prettiest scenery, just like the scenic views are just beautiful, and snow and shit, all that. Hey. Yo, wife doesn't need details. She likes explanations like she's two. How would you explain the next stage as if you're talking to a toddler? Oh, God. Okay, we could do this, I guess. The next stage, the way I would, I guess, explain the current setup and using the cycle, I would just say, look at the cycle as this, look at the cycle. Okay, here's a better explanation. Yeah, I got it for you and for your wife. Only if she loves you more after this. Okay. So we're gonna pull up the 2-month. Think of the cycle as half circles, okay? Tell her to think about it as half circles. And at each stage that comes through, okay, things tend to play out inverse or identical according, meaning that these patterns, so these circles, if you cut them in half, okay, so I'm going to bring up the monthlies too, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'm going to bring up these. In between could play out inverse, basically, on the macro, meaning that, so if we have this half circle going up, down here it actually went down. So see how it played out inverse? It's the same thing if it just repeats itself in the way that the half circle is shown. So if it just plays out identical, well, we're going to go up, right? But down here, it goes down. So it plays out identical, we're going to go down. So just think of a roller coaster. You know, you're going up and then you go down. And then you go up and then you go down. But when you're making that roller coaster, like when you're the engineer in this roller coaster, sometimes you like to come down quickly and then go up, right? Or you like to come down quickly and then go up. That's typically what's happening here with the cycle, is it's making this giant roller coaster along the way, choosing where it wants to go up and where it wants to go down. But it happens on a cycle. It happens on a cyclical basis. So things are happening every 2 months. The upward and downward pressure, where it chooses inverse or identical, tends to happen on a monthly basis, typically. I don't know if that was a good explanation or not. I guys, I'm sorry. Sometimes I suck at just putting words. You know, I think about so much shit that sometimes I just look back. I look back at my videos and I'm like, dude, what the fuck was I saying, man? Yes. Yes, I do. Sí, papi. Sí hablo español. Me and Rico, bro. We're both Hispanic. Me and Rico, that's why we get along so well. Sí, papi. Let's see. Tickles, top 3 bands. Arctic Monkeys, MGMT, Muse. Whoa, 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 whoa. This guy. You came in here, and you're telling me that I scam you on OnlyFans. Oh my god. No, you scammed yourself, okay? No one told you to go in there and get yourself a little set, okay? That was on you. You chose to do it. And don't act like it wasn't good, baby. Don't fucking act like that. This guy. Jesus. Bro, you're going ham with the spam. Okay. You're on timeout. Timeout. You like that? Yeah, I know you like that. Alright. Will, what's up, man? How you doing? Will, my dude. He likes that, he wants that 30-minute timeout right now. 30, whoa, he came back hardcore. Okay, 2 of them want timeouts. Timeout. How long did I put you in timeout for? Bro, these guys just came in from OnlyFans. Okay, it's not my fucking problem. Got selling these Amy charts up in there for a hefty price. Okay, I'm removing these guys. Yeah, we'll remove them. Oh, whoa, bro, yo. Alright, I'm hiding all of them. What's up? Dude, I don't even know where they're coming from is the thing. What do we do with the chat? Bro, is it the hedge funds? Are they sending OnlyFans spam accounts? They think that's going to kill this spark, the movement. Is that what they think? OnlyFans only feeds the fucking devil, bro. What are you talking about? It's a sin. Oh my god. Okay, guys. Here, I'm making you guys some moderators, okay? Nana, I respect you so much. Please help out. Nana, Abe. Tickles. I know you don't want to be a moderator. Actually, yeah, you don't want. I respect it. I respect it. I know you have work. You have work. I respect it. I love you, man. I love you. Okay, Matt Lags. I'll make you a moderator right here. We need some mods right here. Kick out these horny bastards. Okay, you'll do it. Here, how about this? I'll make you a moderator, and whenever you feel like you need to do it, Scott, I see you in here a lot too. I'll make you a moderator. If you feel like you got to do something, you do it. You're not obligated to do so. Just like we're not, obligated to exercise option contracts. Oh my god, bro. Look at how many there are. What is going on? Alright, I'm hiding these. Okay. We'll ignore that for a sec. The OnlyFans spam. We'll go back here on Amy. Oh, by the way, this is the inverse chart, guys. I know you're probably like, what? That's not Amy. What are you doing? Sometimes it's good to look at things from a inverse perspective, I guess you can say. And this is one of those cases. Sometimes I like to look at things like this because it gives a better picture. I guess I can bring a chart up here to. This is why, guys. This is all a technical play, okay? Because look, we're gonna look at BA. BA is one of those setups. Okay, BA is Boeing. For those of you that are not familiar, okay, Boeing. Why does it look like that? Okay, here we go. Boeing. This is the inverse chart of Boeing. So Boeing actually looks like that. Okay, Boeing came down heavy on March 20. Very, very heavy. Obviously, it's a airplane manufacturer, right? So if we take the entire chart here, this is just proving, guys, that TA works, right? Because okay, AMC looks identical, inverse to Boeing. Okay, Alt-I, paste this right here. Okay, this is Boeing right here. See that? You like these specific points right here. Major resistance and support. It has its own trend line, but you see this arc that happen the same way but to the downside. And this is how we can like confirm, right, that these patterns actually play out in that way. So this is Boeing, obviously, like it's regular pattern at some point. I mean, right now it's just trading on a regression trend, but I just wanted to show you guys the similarities between these patterns because you could find them elsewhere for sure. But just looking at AMC, man, here, I like, if you were looking at AMC this way, okay, and you were like, damn, bro, like, she's kind of like pretty high up here, but obviously, like, to the downside, there's only 0, right? So we know that for sure the price cannot exceed 0. So this isn't like your typical stock, because typical stocks, if they were laid out this way, they can go up forever, right? But this is inverse, so if we go to 0, that's it. It can't go below 0, right? It can't go below 0. Whatever, we'll just leave it there. So yeah, I mean, it's just fun to look at it this way, because you're like, well, shit, it can't go below this, right? And it will never. Honestly, I don't see it ever doing that. But I don't know, 10 is right there. Even if we did go to 10 or whatever, you know, I don't know. But damn, dude, this setup is just crazy. Inverse. It looks so bearish on the inverse. That is actually bullish, because, well, Amy's chart is flipped, right? So it's bullish. Like, turn around, dude. Oh my god, these freaking OnlyFans. Where is it coming from, dude? What the fuck? There's so many. Yeah, Composite Man. Screw. Yeah, screw you. Yeah, I've never, guys, this has been the first time that we've had bots like this. This is weird. Really weird. Man, it's the same account too. I don't know, it keeps coming back. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for doing that. Thank you guys for helping out. You guys are awesome. Currently supporting this too, which is really, really bullish, man. Just like this right here is major support. And we respected that, right? We bounced off. We just need a reversal, some form of reversal quickly. But yeah, man, it's nice. Guys, just wanted to do a quick after hour. We did roll over a little bit. I know the market just closed for good after hours, but I will be trading tomorrow live. Not trading, I'm sorry. Trading on my side, but I will be going live tomorrow, and I want you guys to join me, man. Join me in the stream, all right? You guys are awesome. You guys have a great rest of your night. I mean, everything's chill, man. Everything looks good with Amy, okay? If you guys want to chat it up, I typically will chat it up on the Discord, and I post on TikTok frequently as well. So if you guys want to follow me on there, link is down below, and you'll see a little bit more of TWE. All right, so you guys have a great rest of your night. Love you all, and peace out. See you tomorrow.